Hi guys, since the last video was so complex and long, I'm going to make this video nice and short, and I'm going to show you how to play sounds and spawn particles in your world, kind of like this. Just a quick warning though, this is going to be kind of loud. Last video we did create a config class, and we're going to leverage that in this video, so be sure to check out the last video. To get started with spawning a particle, we first need a position to spawn the particle at. So we're going to get the position of the broken block by doing event.getTargetBlock. This gives you the target block location, and the target block is the broken block. We're going to press on this target block variable, right click and hit rename. I'm going to change this to be called broken block position, because that's a little more clear. Now that we have the position, what we need to do is particle util.spawn particle effect. This is how you spawn a particle in the game. If we do Control P, we can see that the simplest method takes in a name, a vector 3D position, and a component accessor. So we're going to start with the name. The best way to find a name of a particle is by going in game, opening your inventory, pressing on creative tools, and then you can hover over world, press on spawn particle, and you'll see a list of names right here. I'm going to use alerted. So I'm going to pass in alerted here, but instead of hard coding it, I'm going to actually use my config class. I added a couple of new variables to it, like particle ID and sound ID. So I'm going to do block break config.get particle ID. Next, we need the vector 3D position. You'll notice that our get target block returns a vector 3i, so we're going to need to convert that to a vector 3D. The way we're going to do that is by doing new vector 3D, and then we're going to use broken block position .x, broken block position .y, and broken block position .z. So pretty much we're making a new vector 3D with the coordinates of the broken block position, so the particle will spawn where we want it to. Next, we need a component accessor. If you look in your method, the handle method, you have a store entity store, an archetype chunk entity store, and a command buffer entity store. I believe you can use either the store or the command buffer. The reason why you'd want to use the command buffer is because the command buffer will allow for the particle to be spawned safely. I believe if you do the store, it'll just try to spawn it as soon as it can, and that might not be safe. Next, we're going to play a sound in the world. So since we have this broken block position, we can also do sound util.playSound event, and I'm going to do playSound event 2D. The simplest method parameters here is int sound event index, sound category, component accessor. Again, our component accessor is going to be the command buffer, but let's start with the sound event index. The same thing with sounds. You can go to your inventory, the creative tools, and then instead of spawn particle, we can do play sound, and then you'll see a list of sound IDs. The sound ID I picked is this one, but you'll notice that this is a string, and this method actually asks for an int. So what we're going to do is sound event dot get asset map dot get index, and this is going to give you the index of the sound based on the ID that you pass in, or the name. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our block break config again, and we're going to do get sound ID. Now we have the int. Next, we need sound category. I'm going to do sound category.sfx. And then lastly, we're going to need the component accessor, which we're going to do command buffer to be safe. And I'm going to put this on a new line. There we go. And now we can spawn a particle at broken block location. I'll call it position. And then we're going to do is spawn a sound, play a sound at broken block position. And that's all you need to do to spawn a particle and play a sound. Be sure to build your mod and replace it in the mod folder to make sure it's all working. So I'm going to build it here. Okay, now we can test it by breaking a block. And as you can see in here, that worked. Thank you guys for watching another video. I hope this one was helpful. The next video, I'm going to talk about custom blocks and menus. So for example, this salvager's workbench, I'm going to make something like this where you can interact with it and it'll open a UI for you.